Hello everyone. Hello everyone. I hope you all can hear me. Just give me confirmation in the chat that you can hear my sound voice clearly. Yes. Thanks for the confirmation. We'll just wait for 1-2 minutes more so that the rest of your friends join, and then we'll start with the session. Okay? We'll just wait 1-2 minutes more for your friends to join. Today's topic or today's agenda is basic introduction of machine learning. What is machine learning, why do we use machine learning, and how we use machine learning. Okay, so the basic agenda is to cover these three topics, or and to be able to answer these three questions. We'll be doing that in the course itself, like whenever we require that type of topic inside whatever machine learning algorithm, we'll do that there at the same place. Okay, let's start. So, do you guys have any type of idea that what is machine learning? Answering to the first question, what is machine learning? Basically, any example of machine learning you know of, or anything about machine learning? You can turn on your mic, or you can just write in the chat that what is machine learning according to you. Machine learning itself. Any other response? Will be learning about the system algorithm. What system? Learning by the machine from past mistake. Okay. What if any machine has not making any mistake? How can you say that we have to learn from the past mistake? What if machine has not made any mistake yet? We have to develop a new machine, and we don't want that machine to make mistake. So how we are going to learn? Suppose if you are making an automatic car, and you, according to you, want to learn from your past mistakes. So you want to have the car certain types of accident. You want the car to have accident so that you can learn from that mistakes and don't repeat that in future. We don't want. Will train the machine such that it will predict the outcome. Yes, that can be predicted. Basically, the need of machine learning. Why do we learn machine learning? Is basically to predict the output, predict the outcome. Okay, the output can be anything in numbers form, in any categories form, or can be in any other form. Like the car should stop at the current position, or the car should start driving itself, or whatever the thing is. Okay, basic work of the machine learning is to able to predict the output. Okay, we always construct any type of machine learning so that it can predict the output. Okay, we want it to predict the output. We'll give our conditions, we'll give our requirements, will give our features to it, and based on that features we want it to predict the output. Okay, can you give me an example of machine learning which you are using currently? An example of machine learning product or machine learning algorithm which you are currently using? Prediction of option phone, yes, absolutely. Your keyboard text prediction, the prediction or output available on your Google, that whenever you write something, it automatically shows the end result or the next values. Grammarly, yes. Text to speech, yes. Text to speech is basically a part of NLP, not machine learning. NLP is something as known as natural language processing, in which we convert it from text to speech and speech to text. Okay. Weather forecast, yes. Okay. So the major output or the major work we want to do with the machine learning algorithm is to improve our decision making. Okay, improve the type of data we generate, uncover different types of pattern or trends available inside our data. Okay, with the help of machine learning, we want to uncover different types of trends and patterns present inside our data. Like in case of stock market prediction, we want to uncover the trends of stock market. Okay, we want to uncover the trends that which particular product the user wants to purchase in the particular season. Like in the summer season, the sales of umbrella will automatically go high, or in the sales of umbrella will automatically go high, and the sunscreen sales will automatically go high. But in the winter season, it's going it's gonna be going to opposite in the opposite direction. The sales of sunscreen and the umbrellas are going to decrease. Then the sales of blanket is going to increase in the winter season. Okay, so we want to uncover different types of trends based on weather condition, based on dates, based on temperature. Like on the dates near to the 15th of December, 15th of August, on the date near to 26th January, the sales of flags goes high. Okay, so we want to uncover different types of trends, and we want to solve complex problems with the help of machine learning. Okay, we want to solve our complex problems with the help of machine learning. Let's see. Yeah. Do you guys able to see my screen? Are you guys able to see my screen or not? Just give me the confirmation in chat. Just check. Yes, yes. Okay. So as you all can see from the screen, okay, this is the basic work of our machine learning algorithm. We provided the data, Okay, whatever the data can be of anything, any form. Okay, it can be different text, it can be different images, it can be different numbers, any type of data it can be. Okay, we provide our data, we train our machine based on that particular data. Okay, we train our machine based on that particular data, build a model based on that particular training of the data. Okay, we'll build a model, and from the model we will try to get an output. Okay, based on this data we'll give future data. Okay, this data will help in building a model, and this model will predict the output or the outcome. Okay, based on the given data it will try to predict the outcome, and if we want we can give the future data directly to this particular model. Okay, the future data can be given directly to this particular model because this model has now been built, and this model can directly predict the output. Okay, this model can directly predict the output now. Okay, so the main thing is the collection of data and the training of data, so that the model you are building is able to correctly predict the output. Okay, so here comes our accuracy. If the model is able to correctly predict the output, we call it accurate, and if the model is not able to correctly predict the output, we call it inaccurate, and we try to again do it apart. Okay, okay. So the you can say that the machine learning process, okay, or the process of machine learning is divided into basic 7 different parts. Okay, basic 7 different parts in which our whole machine learning model or the our basic steps of machine learning has been divided. Okay, so what are these 7 steps? So let's go through these steps one by one. Okay, see, so the first step is define the object. Okay, define the object. What we mean by object is that what is your problem statement. First the user, or first the machine learning algorithm engineer or the machine learning engineer should be able to understand what's the problem, because if he or she is not able to understand the problems, he will not be able to completely understand different types of criteria involved in that problem, different types of conditions involved in that problem. Okay, so the first thing first, that he or she should be able to know that what is the problem. Okay, what is the problem and what are the features we are looking at inside our model, what are the features we want inside our model, so as to predict an output. Okay, then based on the problem, when we are able to get the problem, that what is the problem, how we are going to deal with the problem, we are going to gather the information. We are going to gather information which is known as data collection or data gathering. Okay, based on the information or based on the problem statement, we'll try to gather different types of information, that what are the different types of conditions involved in that problem statement. We'll try to gather all the data based on different types of conditions. Okay, we'll try to gather all the this data. Okay, then after collection of data comes the most important part, which is known as data preparation. Okay, the most important part is data preparation and data exploration. That prepare this data, whatever the data you have collected, you have to prepare the data based on its usefulness, that which particular data is useful to you, which particular data is highly useful to, which particular data is not that much more useful to you, which particular data will be able to give you the result or the output you want, and which particular data is just garbage to you. Okay, which particular data is providing a benefit inside your result or inside your output, and which particular data is just adding to the storage memory of your system. So you have to prepare your data based on it, based on the problem statement. Okay, and after that, then we have to do the most important part, which is known as data exploration, or the most time taking part. Okay, the 70% time of a data scientist or machine learning scientist or machine learning engineer or data science engineer goes in this part. Okay, the 70% of their time goes in this particular single step, data exploration. Okay, so from the collected data, we clear the data basically. We try to minimize any type of error present inside the data. We try to minimize the noise present inside our data. We try to fill the data. If there is NaN values present, if some data is missing, we try to fill that data inside this process of data exploration. Okay. So in this particular step, we want to make our data perfect. Okay. That we want only that part of the data which is useful to us. We only want to keep that part of the data which is useful to us and want to eliminate all the rest of the information. All the rest of information. For that, we classify each and every row, each and every column, that is this data useful to us or not. We'll try to take decision. And based on that decision, you will get the accuracy. If your data exploration is good, then you will get a higher accuracy. If your data exploration is not that good, then your accuracy will go down. Because if you have included the garbage steps or garbage data inside your data exploration or inside your algorithm, then it will automatically reduce your accuracy. But if you have reduced all the garbage values, all the non-useful data, then it will automatically increase the speed of your machine learning algorithm and also will increase the accuracy. Okay, so this data exploration is the most important part which we have to focus on. Then based on the data exploration, we'll try to build our model. Basically, in model building, we'll try to apply different types of algorithm and we'll see which algorithms give us the best result. Okay, we'll try to classify that which algorithm we should apply and on how we should apply that particular algorithm. Okay, we'll try to apply different types of algorithm. Then after the application of algorithms, we'll evaluate our model. Okay, we'll evaluate our model based on that particular algorithm we have applied. Okay, how we are going to do evaluation? So from the previous data we have gathered, we'll pass some values and we'll check that whether the output we are getting is correct or not, or that we are getting the desired output or not. So based on that, we'll try to evaluate our model. If the evaluation of model is not that much good, if we are not getting that much accuracy, then we'll again move to preparation data and data exploration part. Okay, if we get any type of error or we are not satisfied with the result we are getting in the model evaluation part, then we'll again move to data exploration part or preparation of data part, whatever you think has given you that error. Okay, then from the model evaluation, we'll deploy that model and we'll do the future predictions. We'll do the future predictions based on that model we have created. If our model is giving us good enough accuracy, okay, then we'll do future predictions. Okay, so some of the examples of this, okay, some of the examples of all these things can be your recommendation system which you use. Okay, the recommendation system, like your Netflix recommendation system, your Amazon recommendation system, okay, or the auto tagging features available inside your Facebook, okay. So whenever you upload the photos of you and your friend, Facebook automatically gives you the tag option that this photo is of your friend. Will you like to tag it or not? Okay. So the auto tagging features given by the Facebook is also a part of a machine learning algorithm. Okay. Then Amazon Alexa. Okay. This Alexa and all is based on basically different types of machine learning algorithm. Then spam folder of your mail. We'll already discuss about that. The spam folder present inside your mail. That the mail you are getting is whether this mail is spam or not. That Google spam filter is also a part of machine learning algorithm. It checks all the mails and classify that whether the mail is going to be spam or not. So it automatically classifies the mails to either to be spam or not to be spam. Okay. Any doubt to anyone till now? Okay, let's try to move further. If you don't have any doubt, let's try to move further. So basically, our machine learning problem is divided into three different parts or three different types. Okay. So the first one being supervised learning, second one being unsupervised learning, and the third one being reinforcement learning. Okay. We'll try to discuss about each and every one of it. Okay. That what is supervised learning, what is unsupervised learning, and what is reinforcement learning. Okay. So all the type of machine learning problem, whichever you get, you can classify in these three different categories. That supervised, it will either be supervised, it will either be unsupervised, or it will be reinforcement. Basically, reinforcement is the third type, which is the newest type, which we are still discovering. And based on this reinforcement learning, we are trying to develop this your automatic vehicles or automatic cars, self-driving cars are based on this is reinforcement learning. Okay. Now please have a look in the figure. You'll get a complete understanding of what is supervised learning. बताइए, what's the problem? Screen not visible. Okay, just sharing the screen again. Okay, is the screen visible now? Yes. Okay, now let's see. Okay, have a look at the photo and you will be able to see that what is supervised learning. Just give me a second. Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Okay. So you all can see here that what is supervised learning basically. Okay. So in supervised learning, we know the output or we know the result. Okay. For the input we have or the input data, we know the result. That our data will be labeled basically. That's suppose if we have certain photos, okay, so we'll know the output that this should be done. So if you know the output of your given input data, then it is known as supervised learning. You have to take the data, you have to do the cleaning part, the EDA part, and apply your algorithm, generate your model, and based on the model should be able to separate the output based on the labels. Like in this case, it has two labels, Tom and Jerry. So if you are able, if your model is completely able to separate the output based on the labels, then we are saying that this supervised model is working correctly. Now the second one is unsupervised learning. Okay, so basically in unsupervised learning, we don't have a labeled out data, or we don't have a labeled input or labeled output. Okay, so how we classify that we are getting a correct result in unsupervised learning? Okay, so we can do that because we don't know the output, but we don't know the result, that this our result is correct or not. So unsupervised learning, what we do is we do basically clustering of one type of data, likeliness of data based on the data properties we have. Okay, so based on the properties of the data we have, we do the types of clustering. Okay, that this type of data should belong to one group, this other type of data should belong to group one group. So from the given photos, all the green photos or all the photos which have brown in the majority has been clustered as one type, and all the photos which have gray in majority has been clustered to a different type based on the similarities of features. Okay, based on the similarities of features, because we don't know that which of our data is correct and which part of our data is not correct. Okay, so in unsupervised learning, we don't classify our data as correct or not correct. Basically, we classify our data based on the similarities of features. Okay, am I clear? Do you have any doubt, anyone, based on supervised learning and unsupervised learning? Anyone still have any type of doubt on based on supervised learning and unsupervised learning? Please let me know in the chat. Yes, sir. Okay, let's move further. Then your supervised learning is basically divided into two different parts. Okay, so the first one is yes. Any question? Any doubt to anyone? So based on this supervised learning is basically divided into two different parts. Okay. So the first thing which you know is regression, and the second thing is classification. Okay. So these are the basic two types which you will basically majorly work on. Okay. Because generally we have our data as supervised data, and our supervised data we have to classify as, we want to do either the classification problem or regression problem. Okay, so what is the difference between classification and regression? Okay, so the photo you have seen earlier of the supervised learning is basically an example of classification problem, in where we classify our output in different groups. Like in the previous photo, in the previous example, we have seen two groups. The first group was Tom and the second group was Jerry. Okay, the first group was of Tom and the second group was of Jerry. So we were classifying our data based on these two different groups. Okay, so we have an understanding of what is classification now. But what is regression? So in regression, we get continuous numerical outputs. Okay, in regression problem, we get continuous numerical outputs. Suppose we have different data in which we have height and we have to predict the weight of human being. Okay, so the height of a human being is given to you, and based on that height you have to predict the weight. So the weight will be a continuous numerical output. Okay, so the weight can be of 67 also, the weight can be of 63 also, the weight can be of 54.5 also. Okay, the weight can be of 50.2 also, it can be anything. So it will be continuous values, it will be continuous numerical values. So these type of data in which the output will be continuous values or the continuous numerical values, we call it as regression problems. Okay, all the problems which will have numerical values or numerical output, continuous numerical output, will be considered to be as regression problems. So you have to apply the regression algorithms and all the supervised learning algorithm which you can classify on different groups will be known as classification problem. We will mostly work on supervised learning algorithms. So all the algorithms or all the output which have classification or which can be classified in different groups, this will be known as classification problems, and the output where we'll get continuous output in form of numbers, it will be known as regression problems. Like suppose we have 100 students. Okay, so in that 100 students we can do both classification and regression also, depends your requirement. So if we have given a task to classify that student based on their classes, if we have given a task to group that 100 students based on their classes, to will do the classification problem on that 100 student, that this many students of class 1, these are students of class 2, these are students of class 1, 3, and these are students of class 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. So based on the output or based on the task given, you can do classification and regression on the same data set. Like in the case of 100 students, if we are given to group them in different classes, then it will be a classification problem. But if we have given to arrange them in ascending order according to their heights, okay, if we have given a task to arrange that 100 students based on their height, okay, to arrange them in ascending order based on their height, then it will be changed into a regression problem. Okay, in which we have to check the height of each and every student and then arrange them in ascending order. Okay, so the same data set has been now changed to a regression problem and will have a regression output. Okay, any doubt to anyone? Any doubt to anyone? That what's the difference between classification, what is the difference between regression, and what is the difference between clustering? Clear. Okay, let's just give you the brief then. See this figure. In this figure, you will see summation of all the points of regression type, classification type, and clustering type. Okay, so you can see that regression and classification both are supervised learning algorithm, and clustering is unsupervised learning. In regression, we have continuous output. In classification, we have categorical values, and in clustering, we will assign the data to clusters. Okay, based on similar features and properties. Okay, so in regression, our main aim is to predict or to forecast the desired output. Then in classification, our main aim is to computer category, that which category this data set belongs to. And in clustering, our main aim is to cluster that data to a similar item group. Okay, our aim is to put that data in a group where it has similar items. Okay, examples of each and everything is given. Then you can see that in the regression we have given stock market prediction. Then in other we have given that either the mail is spam or not. So we'll have to classify the mails based on their spam. Either they are spam or they are not spam. Then in clustering we are checking the fraudulent transaction. So from the previous fraudulent transaction, we'll see the nature, and if any new transaction has similar properties of one of the fraudulent transaction, then we'll call that transaction to be a fraudulent one. Okay. So we are clustering that whether our transaction is fraudulent or not based on that algorithm. Okay. We have given examples of all them to you, that linear regression, logistic regression, and k-means. We've already seen what is k-means from scratch. We'll see it again with the help of libraries once more. Okay. Any doubt to anyone till now? Any doubt to anyone? Please let me know. Okay. So if you guys don't have any doubt, we can move further with linear regression part. The first algorithm which we are going to use is the linear regression part. Okay. So what do you think is the word linear regression means to you? What do you think the word linear regression means to you, guys? What do you understand by the term linear regression? Or what do you understand by the term regression? It's dependent output on a line equation. Okay. Let me just draw it here. Okay. I hope you guys can see my screen. Okay. So the main aim of linear regression is that you can see that the linear and regression, we have two words. So we all know that what is linear means. It is linearly dependent on each other, and regression means continuous output. So we are getting, or we are going to get an equation which is linearly dependent and is going to give us continuous output. Okay. So I'm going to just write the equation, and I'm perfectly 100% sure that you all have seen this linear equation, which is known as y equals to mx plus c, where for different values of x, we have different values of y, and where c is constant. Okay, so this x is independent variable. Okay, your x is independent variable, and your y is dependent variable, which is dependent on different values of x. Any doubt to anyone? All of you have seen this equation, y equals to mx plus c. You know this equation, this y equals to mx plus c is equation of which thing? Yes, yeah, straight line. Okay, so as you all can see or can guess the same thing, that y equals to mx plus c is an equation of a straight line where x is our independent variable and y is our dependent variable. So let me just give you an example, that let's suppose x is our height and y is our weight. Okay, so the values of x is height of a person. Okay, and y is the weight. Y is our weight. So we have to classify the different weight of persons or different weight of people based on their height. Okay, so this will be a classification problem, regression problem, or clustering problem. What you can think of, that we have given x values of height, different values of height, and based on that height we have to classify the weight of the person, that we have to give the output in form of weight, that what will be the weight of that person. So what type of algorithm we should apply here? The regression problem, classification problem, or the clustering problem, according to you guys? Just write in the chat that which type of algorithm, according to you, we should apply here. Regression, yes, because it's going to give us continuous output, and the output is in numerical in nature. That too. So it's completely clear that we have to apply this regression problem. And in regression, the first algorithm which we are going to work on is linear regression. Okay. Here we have only one independent variable, which was our x. We can also have multiple independent variables. Okay. We can also have equations in which we have multiple independent variables, like y equals to, sorry, just let me just change the color. Let's just take y equals to m1 x1 plus m2 x2 and so on. So in this condition, the value of y, which is a dependent variable, is dependent on two independent variable, which is our x1 and x2. Okay. Here in this case, x1 and x2 is two independent variable which will change the value of y. Okay. So again, the y is our weight, and x1, first x1 is our height, and the second x1 is our age. So based on our age and our height, we have to classify the weight of the person. Based on age and height, we have to classify the weight of a person. So again, this is a regression problem, because again we are going to get continuous output based on different values of height and age. Will have different values of weight. Okay. So for the previous condition, for the first equation of y equals to mx plus c, we can also plot a graph, a line graph, which will satisfy this equation, Okay. Let's suppose this is our equation, y equals to mx plus c, in which will have different values of y for different values of x. Okay. Suppose the x is 1 here, then 2 here, then 3 here, and so on. Okay. So for different values of x, we'll have different values of y. Okay. Any doubt to anyone till now? Any doubt to anyone till now? Just write in the chat. If you have any doubt till now, please write in the chat. Okay. Okay. See, this is our data set. In this data set, we have 30 outputs or 30 input or output values, in which our input is the year of experience, and based on the year of experience, we have to predict the salary of a person. Okay. So we all know that as the year of experience increases, the salary should also increase. So we have this data set. I will send you this data set in your mail. Okay. And you have to find me the equation y equals to mx plus c for this data set. Okay. For different values of x, different values of y has been given, and you have to find me a equation y equals to mx plus c by plotting all these different values of x and y. You know how to plot a line graph, or you know how to plot different values of x and y in matplotlib. So you have to plot all these points and try to find a equation y equals to mx plus c which will satisfy all these conditions. So you have to find a value of m and a value of c. You have to find two things, value of m and value of c, for the equation y equals to mx plus c, so that for different values of x, we'll get different values of y precisely, or to be exact. Okay. So you'll try to do this mathematically on your own, and then we'll see how to do this with the help of machine learning algorithm known as linear regression. Okay. We'll try to see how to do this with the help of machine learning algorithm. Okay. This is our equation y equals to mx plus c, for which is also known as line equation. This m is the slope and here c is the constant value. Okay, m is here the slope and c is the constant value. For different values of x, we are getting different values of y. We also know that the equation of slope is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Okay, so to try to find out different values of m based on different values of m and c, try to find the equation. I'll provide you the dataset in your assignment. And today's assignment, you also have to do a plotting. You to perform an EDA, exploratory data analysis. Okay, any doubt to anyone? If you still have any doubt, please let me know in the chat. If it is clear to you all, then please also let me know in the chat again. Is it clear to you all, the today's session, that what is machine learning and what are different types of machine learning algorithm? Is it clear to you all, guys? Please let me know in the chat. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. So if it is clear to you all, we'll just end the session here. Okay. I will give you this data set. Try to find the value of m and value of c, so that we can apply linear regression or linear regression, machine learning algorithm linear regression tomorrow based on that particular same data set, and try to find out that the result you are getting is the same result we are getting with the help of machine learning or not.